Need my fellow aquatic life. I am the dashing narwhal, and today we are going to play buried. Let's get into it. Begin. Okay. Open my eyes, and the first thing I want to do is scream. I'm flat on my back, and everything seems to hurt. The trees overhead look familiar. It's a clear night sky, almost beautiful. Except for the fact that this means I've been out cold for at least 6 hours. But there's something wrong. I don't remember what, but something happened in my head. My God, my head hurts. And a ring in my ears. Was there an accident? An explosion, I think. I remember Dennis screaming, but after that, I can't remember. As I sit up, I notice my hard hat that has been thrown off. I look around the area, but it's not here. It feels strange to go anywhere without my hard hat, but I've got to find the other members of the crew. They could be in danger. Okay. Hate to say it, but I did play a little bit, but I had to get rid of the begin part because a certain mic doesn't work right, so I have to use this one. But I'm going to search for my hard hat. Just in case. I get up on shaky legs and look around for a moment. A few nearby trees look to have splintered and broken at the base recently. They certainly weren't like this earlier. Searching for the hard hat feels normal. It makes me feel like maybe there isn't something wrong here. I see it behind a fallen log, about 10 feet away from me. How it was thrown so far is beyond me. Driven by nothing more than habit, I walk over to it, pick it up, and place it on my head. Next, I walk over to the center of the logging site and don't like what I see. Okay. This part, is the only part I got to before realizing my mic doesn't work. So, the login site looks like a bomb was detonated right in the center. I don't know where to start. The one load we had managed to stack on a truck for the day is overturned, the trailer bent and the logs hanging off the back. Where the hell is everybody? My head is killing me, and this ring in my ears, I can't hear anything. Not birds, not my footsteps, nothing. Makes me wonder if I hit my head after my hard hat flew off. I run through a quick mental checklist to make sure my brain is still working. My name is Roger Hastings. I'm 41 years old. The year is 2017. I own a small logging company, and we've been logging in this strip of Kentucky woodland for almost a month now. Okay, so my brain works. That's relief. But it also makes me fearful, because something is certainly not right here. I look around the logging site, my mind trying to figure out what has happened. Just about every piece of equipment has been overturned or tilted. Look at the truck. The truck, the hitch is completely broken. Like it's been blown off in an explosion or a really bad accident. Had there been an explosion, all the fuel on the site would have started a fire. There's no charring, no burning, nothing. I walked through the area where Dennis had been working. From the looks of it, he'd been moving slowly. He only taken down 4 trees today. His metal lunchbox is open and indicated that he had been taking an early break. But he's not here. No one is here. Where the hell is everyone? I could try to make a call on my cell phone, but its battery's already running really low. Not that it matters, the reception was crap out here. I'm trying to yell out. Hey guys, where is everyone? Tony, Dennis, Frank, Joe? But the names fall flat among the wreckage. I get nothing back other than scaring away a few birds overhead. Might as well start walking and try to find some answers. The highway is almost a mile back through the woods, down the gravel road we used to reach the site. Maybe the crew ran that way for help. But why would they have left me? Were they scared? Out of sorts? Maybe I can catch up to them. But with the truck turned over on its side, it looks like I'll be walking. My God, I can't even remember what I was doing before waking up on my back. Wait, what's that? underneath the bulldozer. Oh my god. It's a leg. Has to be either Tony or Dennis. That dozer looks unstable. Like it might roll some more. Might not be safe to get close. But at the same time, I can't just leave him there. I'll go see if my buddy's there. Hey, I yell. Are you okay? Are you alive? Hold on to my hat. I skip over this wrecked equipment and stray logs to get closer. I can see a bit more of the leg. The jeans are soaked in blood. I recognize the work boots. It's clearly Tony. His leg is bent at an impossible angle, nearly crushed flat. The closer I get, the more apparent it becomes that Tony didn't survive. Might as well not mess with it now. Can't really do anything. There's nothing I can do for him now. I start to back away slowly. In my shock, I stumble back, suddenly tripping over one of the stray logs. My head collides with one of the logs as I bite the ground, but my hard hat does its job. Thank God I decided to look for it earlier. Oh, look at me. But what's more startling is realizing that Tony is dead. Looking at him, I feel something rising up in my throat, and I don't know if it's a scream, or vomit. But I have to push it away. If I lose my cool right now, there are too many questions that will go unanswered. Shit. I can't believe this, Tony. He had 2 boys. He coached his oldest son's baseball team. He was the hardest worker I had, and one of the most honest and reliable men I knew. This isn't right. I can't stay here. I have to find Dennis, Frank, and Joe. I have to find out what happened here. We gonna find out what happened, all right? Okay, logs. What now? As I walk through the stacks of logs from the last week or so of work, everything feels frozen. This high-pitched sound in my ears. It's terrible. It keeps happening every few seconds and it sounds like it's coming from far away. I can't help but wonder. Is it my ears? Or is it something else? The silence out here is creepy. There's a smell. Like the atmosphere after a bad summer storm. I might as well admit it. I'm a little scared. Everyone's missing and it's dead quiet out here. There doesn't even seem to be a breeze or to rustle the leaves and branches. My right knee hurts like hell. My head was hurting so bad before that I never even noticed the pain in my knee. I must have heard it during during what? Accident? Or... Wait, is that Dennis? I see him sitting on the ground motionless about 30 feet away. Now, I'll just walk up to him. If it's Dennis, might as well just go see him. Maybe, if it's Dennis. He's just sitting there not moving. I walk up slowly next to him. Dennis. Hey man, can you hear me? I tap on the shoulder. He looks up at me from the ground, clearly coming out of a daze. Yeah, Roger, I hear you, he says. Dennis is built like a wrestler and has a tough personality to match. But in this moment, he looks disoriented and even a little anxious. Though I'm glad to see him, the fear on his usual confident face is alarming. What the hell happened? What's going on, he asked. It looked like an explosion. I don't know if it was an explosion. I just know people are missing. Missing, Dennis says? Where do you think they went? I'm not sure, I say, but it has me pretty freaked out. Something's not right here. Still sitting on the ground, he looks around the woods as if he is just now understanding the severity of the situation. The equipment was overturned, the dozers too. I say, shifting my hard hat and wiping my forehead. You okay, I ask him. Yeah. Just shaking up. Me too. This might be the most intimate conversation Dennis and I have ever had. While he and I have always been on good terms, we've never been particularly close. I've always respected him, though. Sure, he's come to work a few times looking like he'd been in a bar fight the night before, but I've seen him do an enthusiastic impression of a dinosaur as he played with Tony's kids while they waited for their dad to finish up his shift. It's in that it hits me. Dennis and Tony were good friends. I'm not sure I want to rattle him and lose to Tony's death right now. Not before we know what's going on, but he has a right to know. He does, but we're already pretty freaked out, so just not mention it right now. Just gotta find someone else to say. I don't think I need to bring up Tony quite yet. The two of them were close, almost like brothers. He'd take it hard. Yeah, he says. Hey, he adds nervously, looking at the ground. Did you see that light? No, I say. What did you see? I don't even know, Roger, he says. It was like this flare of white light came right up out of the ground like an explosion. So there was an explosion, I say. Maybe it was some equipment, or this was no equipment, Dennis interrupts. Agitated, this huge ball of light came right out of the damn ground. What did it look like? Wait, he just explained it, but like looking in the sun, he says, it just feels like someone stabbed me in the eyes with a hot knife. When? I'm not sure, he answers. But I had finished about 10 trees for the day and was about to top one. That's when it happened. You're almost done with 10 trees, I ask? Yeah, he says, looking at the ground. You know, I wouldn't want to take a lunch break until I was done. That's when the light blew up. Why, you don't believe me? No, I believe you. I don't know why you would lie about it. He saw what he saw. I think to myself, he has no reason to lie about this. My God, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, he says. But if I'm being honest, it scared me pretty bad. And if that's all the same to you, I'd like to get the hell out of here. We both stand up and start heading towards the road. It isn't until we start moving that I see Dennis is wounded. His right side is coated in blood, the red seeping through his blue work shirt. There are splatters of it here and there, but also a very large red splotch that makes me worry. Now, ask if he's hurt. I'm not worried about that. I've been better. I don't know how much longer I can stay on my feet, he says. What happened, I ask. I'm not sure, Dennis replies. I must have gotten thrown or hurt somehow from that light. And then I notice that the strange ringing noise is still filling the air. Hey, I say, stopping. Do you hear that high-pitched ringing noise every once in a while? Dennis looks scared when I ask him this question, and he just nods. I thought it was just me, he says. He looks out of sorts and uncertain. Never seen him like this before. It's obvious that he's looking for some reassurance. Even though I'm his boss, there's something very unnerving about this. I'm the boss. I can't be freaking out. Let's be realistic, I tell myself. I might as well try to be empathetic. Out here in the middle of the woods, these woods, the ringing could be anything. Maybe a car alarm from through the woods or something. Still, even my passive comment seems to have reassured Dennis. He looks a bit calmer, more relaxed. We'll start moving forward and don't say another word. Did you try to call Frank? Dennis asked. I know he had a cell on him today. Not yet. Luckily, I still have some battery left. Pull up my cell and call Frank. Happy I didn't make that call to Dennis earlier. It rings, but he doesn't pick up. But then I hear his phone go off behind the stack of logs. Dennis and I give each other a look. As the phone goes to voicemail, I hang up and we walk behind the logs to find Frank's phone on the ground, abandoned. He looks around for Frank, but find nothing. Not a single trace. It's then that I notice something really odd. A 10-foot wide hole in the ground, right near where the phone was. But there's no stray piles of removed dirt or rocks. It's clean, smoothly smoothly dug, cutting into the earth, wide but only a few feet deep. It looks unnatural, like the ground was just deleted. No shovels or diggers used. Dennis walks over to it. This looks like the same kind of hole where I saw that light come from the ground, he mused to himself. I say nothing. My mind is spinning, but I don't know what to think. We need to get out of here, Dennis mutters. At that moment, that ringing noise carries through the forest again, sending a shiver down my spine. Dennis is right. There's something strange going on, and we might not be safe here, but that ringing sound could be a clue to where the rest of the crew went. Let's go check out the sound. Something's not right, I say. And if there's mechanical noise like that, you think someone is out here, he asks. Maybe. I think we should at least check it out. And may be able to help. Yeah, you go right ahead, he says with a grin. I'll be here waiting for you. Better hurry, though. Dennis doesn't look like he's in the best shape to be trouncing around the forest, but we need some answers right away, too. No, I'm bringing him with me. He's gonna be my buddy. No, you're coming with me. I bend over and hoist him. Okay, I made that sound really mean, but you're coming with me. I bend over and hoist him up against my shoulder. He resists just barely, then gives in. He's looking at me like he's terrified of me now, making a moan in his throat. We start moving through the woods quickly with no idea where the rest of the crew is. I worry they could be in danger. Every tree out here looks exactly the same. I grew up in the country and can find my way around the forest without much of a problem. But I'm feeling dizzy. I'm leaning against a tree when I see something that has no business being out here. Our logging crew has been out here for 3 weeks and I've never seen it before. It's a small building, sort of like a mixture of a shack and a bunker. It looks to be made of concrete, but moss, weeds, and plain old erosion also make it look sort of mystical. It looks like something out of a demented version of a medieval fantasy movie. What the hell is this? Dennis asks. I don't know. I want to be a power station. You purchased this land, right, boss? Dennis asks. Didn't you survey it? I certainly did, I say, getting a little defensive. This wasn't here. Do you think the others maybe went in here? He asks nervously. Why would they do that? I don't know, but they have to be somewhere. I want to go inside, not just to find my crew, but also to appease my curiosity. That ringing noise is coming from inside, but something about this place seems incredibly strange, especially located all by itself out here. I bet these folks don't get many trick-or-treaters, Dennis jokes weakly before attempting a half-hearted chuckle. This building simply does not belong. I wonder, do we knock or just go in? Dennis asks. I can tell that he is trying to make a joke, but it falls flat. I'm starting to think his humor is a defense mechanism for fear. We both look ahead, take a moment to realize what we are about to do, and start forward. We get no more than 3 feet closer when Dennis wobbles. I help him. Why would I just say, "Are you okay?" I reach out quickly, straining my injured knee. I barely make it in time, grabbing him under his arms and keeping him from hitting the ground. I'm okay, he said. Just can you help me walk for a little while? Just help me inside, please. I can't deny him his request. I've never seen him this week, and it's a little uncomfortable to see. Makes me glad I decided to keep him with me. I help Dennis into the weird little building. The front door opens easily, even though there's clearly a lock on it. Maybe the lock was supposed to keep someone in. It's hard to tell. I still hear that ringing noise. It's definitely coming from in here. Stretching out in front of me is a small interior to match the outside. The building is totally empty. There's a concrete floor and dingy, featureless walls. There's no windows, giving the place an even more isolated feel. Still, we hear the ringing noise coming from somewhere in here. It's louder now, more prominent. The interior seems confined at first, with a small set of concrete that leads about 5 feet down, revealing a corridor. Continue. So now we're in this weird abandoned... Maybe not abandoned, but... No, sorry, I sounded far away. Oh, man, we're in this weird... This really weird building. Okay. It's a massive corridor, in fact. Like I'm in some kind of building underground. It seems to go on forever. This corridor is mostly dark with emergency lights every 10 feet or so. I assume we're not underground because this corridor extends far beyond the walls of the building we entered. I realized that someone might not appreciate finding us here. Tiptoe through the window. I feel like a ghost. Like I truly have no business being here. Dennis leans on me for support. We move slowly, our feet not making a sound. If anyone is in here, I want to make sure they don't hear us. We tiptoe forward as softly as we can. As I carry Dennis to the far end of this otherwise featureless place, I see a flight of concrete stairs leading down. I have to set Dennis down on the floor. His weight is killing me. Dennis, are you okay? Stop worrying, man, he says. I'll be okay. I just need a minute to rest. But looking at him, I'm not so sure. I can still hear the ringing noise every so often coming from somewhere in here. I look ahead at the concrete stairs, pointing towards them so that Dennis sees them. Can you make it down those stairs, I ask? He stands up slowly and is visibly making an effort to not fall back down. Yeah, he says. And sounds a little irritated. He starts for the stairs without me. Now I have no choice but to follow. We approach the stairs, and just by looking at them, I get the sense that we're crossing some sort of line here. There may very well be no going back. Why do you say that? Do you know what's down there, mister? Is this all a ruse? As I head down the stairs, I notice that they look age. That damn ringing noise is somewhere below, louder than ever. I feel like I'm walking down in the cellar of a haunted house. The light scarce as the steps take a slight turn. I can feel the temperature drop. Dennis makes it a few steps down before he's leaning on the wall. He's breathing like he just finished a marathon. I'll give him a break. We have nowhere to be fast. I mean, we want to find our homie, but... Let's take a break, I say, putting my hand toward his shoulder to help steady him. Dennis lets out a sigh. Thanks, I don't feel too great, boss. As we both squat down and stare, my mind seems to lock in on the unknown fate of the rest of my crew. Frank is married and I've met his wife a few times. A nice woman with a huge laugh. My heart sags a bit when I realize I might never again get to hear him belting out classic rock tunes during lunch break. And Joe, well, I don't know too much about him. He's 22 years old and is considered community college. His folks are deadbeats, so he has been providing for himself since the age of 16 or so. Maybe I can still find them. Still get to hear Frank singing in his deep, baritone voice after a few too many drinks. After a few minutes, Dennis says, "Alright, let's keep going." We both stand up leaning on each other. I have to make Dennis stay behind me as I stick my foot out in search of the next step. I can't help feeling like a child as very powerful fear seizes me. I'm expecting a monster to reach out of the darkness, slicing into my throat. After which feels like forever, we come to the bottom of the stairs. We're closer to that ringing noise now. The door sits securely in the wall and looks just as out of place down here as I feel. A sliver of light seeps through, illuminating the area. The door has what looks like a panel with lots of labels and lights. Small embossed print of the panel says Level 01 Entrance Gate, Transport Sector. And there's a button with no label. Because I like pushing buttons, I'm gonna push the button. I give the button push, one of the readings on the panel flickered to life. Outage. Oh, that doesn't sound good. That's all it says, and then it goes dark. The panel looks like a diagnostic or alert system of some kind. Each label meant to communicate some status. Lockdown engaged, experiment in progress, shut down engaged. Okay. Those all appear to be off, but one of the phrases has a slowly blinking red light next to it. The only powered light on the whole thing. Abnormal entity breach? Oh god. What the hell? I slowly push the door open when Dennis suddenly steps in front of me, taking the lead. Let's go, he says. I want to find out what the hell this place is. As Dennis walks through, the ringing or beeping or whatever it is gets a little louder. The door closes behind us with a click. I can't help but notice the wobble in Dennis's step as he lets out a grunt. You sure you're healthy enough to keep going, I ask. It doesn't matter. I don't want to be in the woods right now. He seems scared. Something I've never seen before. Angry, yes. Upset, yes. But Dennis is never scared. What did you see? Did he see something? I don't know what it was, boss. It was like someone had left a radio on crackling, but we don't have any radios at the site. It was... I don't know, it was like something in the forest was moving. I give him a doubtful look and he cast his eyes to the ground, frustrated. I know how it sounds, he says, but I know what I felt. It was like walking into a funeral parlor, feeling death and gloom everywhere. I've been so preoccupied with my own fear that I nearly forgot noise. It had become just background noise. We take a few more steps and I can now see where we are. It makes no sense. Yet another thing that simply seems out of place. The shapes and muted colors of metal are easily to identify. But it just doesn't belong here. Okay, well that's interesting. So not much happened in this episode, but we found our buddy Dennis. We're looking for others. We found this random aged old abandoned facility that has an abnormal entity breach. That doesn't sound good, I would imagine. So, but I'm gonna end it here. And yeah, okay, well that's interesting. Not really much to go on right now, but in the next one we should figure out something. You and 36%. Oh, okay, let's see what we chose. I'm with the 36%. I'm with the 24%. Okay, I'm with the 55. Okay, that wouldn't surprise me. Everyone should pick that. That's how you further plot, man. And Dennis is a cool guy. Okay, but wait, I wouldn't take it out. That just seems wrong to mess with it. I don't know. Then I would only hide it because, with all that's going on, why would you just be like, hey, your best friend's dead, by the way? And then, okay, you believe his story. I don't know why you want it. Why would he lie to you? Uh, yeah, that's how you further the plot, man. You go investigate. And teamwork, you got to bring them with you. You got to. Well, that's it for today, guys. I'm going to be playing more of this because it seems really interesting. But but if you like it, please leave a like, subscribe, all the nonsense that every YouTuber tells you to do. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.